Hi guys, this is Sam from 𝐿 Australia, ALS, PT and RT coaching, and today I'm going to tell you the marks distribution for PTE examination and the most important tasks. Most important as in they give you the most marks. Okay, so as you may or may not know, all of the tasks in PTE do not have the same scoring. Okay, so as you can see on the screen are the four modules for PTE. Okay, we start with personal introduction, which is when you sit for PTE, the first thing you do is you give a personal introduction. Okay, so your name, where you're from, why you're sitting for PTE, what you're doing, your like your job or studying, and what are your hobbies. Okay, simple. And after that, we start with speaking, then writing, reading, and listening. So speaking, you have five tasks, and speaking, the main thing is your fluency and your pronunciation. In writing, you have two tasks, and the main thing is your grammar and your spellings. Reading, you have five tasks. The main thing is your context, your understanding. And listening, you have eight tasks. The main thing is your focus and your concentration. Right? So let's start with speaking. Okay. So marks distribution for speaking. As I told you, five tasks in speaking. Okay. We start with read aloud. Read aloud gives you 22.2 approximately in speaking and 22.1 in reading. All of these scorings are approximate. Okay, so yeah, so by the looks of it, this is a pretty important task, right? Then comes repeat sentence. Repeat sentence, you hear a recording and then you have to repeat it as you hear it, right? So like in the same tone and stuff. You get 32.1 in speaking and 19.7 in listening. Pretty important. Then you have describe image. You will have an image in front of you. You'll get 25 seconds to prepare, and after that you have to start speaking. We usually advise the students to speak for 20 to 30 seconds, which is we think an ideal time, right? And that way you can cover much content, and like you would not stutter like I am right now. Okay, then comes retail lecture, which gives you 11.1 in speaking and 9.9 in listening. So what happens in retail lecture is you hear a recording and then you note down the keywords as you hear the recording, and keywords or key phrases or sentences, whatever you want to. And after the recording is done, you will get approximately 8 seconds to prepare, and then you have to start speaking. Again, try to speak for 20 to 30 seconds, and in this one, the content matters. Okay. So make sure that you pick out proper keywords or key phrases or sentences. Then comes answer short questions, which gives you 2.4 in speaking and 6.6 in listening. Okay, so not that important in speaking. Also, unlike other modules that are integrated, which means that when attempting the other modules, for example, if you're attempting writing, you can still get marks for reading. Okay, so that is not the case with speaking. So whatever marks you're getting in speaking, it's for these five tasks. Okay, then we move on to writing. Now, in writing, there are two main tasks, and like I said, integrated. So it means you get 22.3 from the reading section and 46.1 from listening. I'll explain how, because listening contributes a lot of marks in writing, more than half. Okay. Now, for summarized written text, you get 10.4 in writing and 10.3 in reading. Summarized written text is you have a paragraph in front of you and you will have to summarize it using one sentence. One sentence means just one full stop at the very end. Okay. Yeah. So preferably an introduction, a content line, and a conclusion. Three lines should do it. Right. So yeah. You'll get 10 minutes for this task, and the word limit that we advise is 40 to 70 words, which we think is the ideal word count. Okay. Then you have your right essay, 20 minutes for this task, 200 to 300 words. Do not go over 300 or do not write less than 200 words. Okay. The main thing is your grammar, your spellings, and your vocabulary. So make sure you use good words and you use them properly and you use proper punctuation marks. Okay. Once you're done, make sure you revise your answer. So you get 11.2 for right essay. Okay. Let's move on to reading. Now, there are five main tasks in reading. We start with our fill in the blanks reading and writing, which is very, very, very important because you get 22.1 in reading and 22.3 in writing. Okay. These are the drop down menu ones. Okay. So for every answer, you have four options. Okay. Now, uh, also try to not give more than 2 minutes to 2.5 minutes for each reading fill in the blanks, or for each reading task, be it fill in the blanks reading or writing, fill in the blanks reading or reorders. Okay. And do not spend more than 30 seconds on multiple choice multiple answers and multiple choice single answer. Okay. Now we come to multiple choice multiple answers, which gives you 3 marks in reading out of 90. Okay. There is negative marking in this task, so if you choose one correct option and one incorrect option, you will get 0. Right? If you choose two incorrect options, you will still get 0. So the least you can get is 0. So what we advise students is just choose one option that you're sure about and move on. Don't spend too much time on it. Okay. Then comes reorder paragraphs. So 5.8, not that much, but if you're planning to score 7 each or 8 each, it's pretty important. Okay. Now, what happens in reorder paragraph is you will get some jumbled sentences and you'll have to sort them out in proper order. Okay. And make sure that it makes sense. Okay. The very important thing, the very main thing in this one is your independent sentence. Once you find your independent sentence, then the rest is pretty easy. Okay. Now, the next one is fill in the blanks reading, which are also called drag and drop. Okay. So you will have a paragraph with blanks in it, and at the bottom of the paragraph, you will be given a list of options. Then you'll just have to, as the name suggests, drag and drop. Simple. The main thing is the context, so make sure that you keep that in mind. Multiple choice single answer, same as multiple choice multiple answer with just one little change. You can only select one answer. Okay. In the previous one, we advised you to select just one option. In this one, you can only select one option. Okay. Then you get 22.1 from the speaking section, which is your read louds, right? And you get 10.3 from the writing section, which is your SWT, and you get 10.4 from the listening section, which we will discuss. Okay, guys, so welcome back. Let's start with our listening. So there are 8 tasks in listening. Out of these 8 tasks, 4 are pretty important, 4 not so much. Okay, so we'll start with our summarized spoken text, which gives you 13.1 in listening and 11.9 in writing. What happens in summarized spoken text is you have a paragraph, you will hear a recording, and just like in detail lecture, you will have to note down the keywords. And after you note down the keywords, then we usually provide a template. But if you are doing it on your own, what you can do is note down keywords or key phrases or sentences. Okay. And then the very main thing is start your paragraph, start your summary with a title. So the speaker was talking about dash, and then you start. Moreover, this lecture also sheds light on dash. Okay. And speaker also mentioned dash, whatever you want to, right? But try to note down the main keywords or key phrases or sentences. That will help you. Okay. And make sure you put proper punctuation marks. You use proper punctuation, and the spellings are top notch. Okay. And you'll get marks in writing. Clear? Then you have your multiple choice multiple answers, which is similar to the reading multiple choice multiple answers. But in this one, you will hear a recording, you will be given a question, you will be given some options, and you listen to the recording, and then you will have to choose an option. Okay, choose an answer. So this gives you 2.6 out of 90. Not so much, not so important. Then you have fill in the blanks, which are pretty important. So you get 6.6 in listening and 7.4 in writing. What happens in fill in the blanks is you have the recording, you'll hear the recording, and then you'll have a paragraph in front of you with blanks in it. Okay. So make sure that you do not lose the speaker. Make sure that you read along with the speaker. Okay. And then you note down your answers, then you type them once the recording is finished. Clear? Then you have highlight correct summary, which gives you 1.3 in listening and 1.5 in reading. So not that important. Okay. What happens in this one is you will hear a recording and then you'll have to choose the correct summary. Okay, like the summary that makes the most sense or that is the most relatable. Okay. Then you have your multiple choice single answer, same as multiple choice multiple answer. I don't think there is a need to explain. You get 1.3 in listening in this one as well. Then you have select missing word, so you will hear a recording. Okay, and the last word of the last line of the recording or the last word of the recording will be replaced by a beep. So, for example, library is the place where people go to read, beep. Magazines, journals, books, and let's go with novels. So, books, right? So, that's that. You get 1.3 for this task as well. Then you have highlight incorrect words, which gives you 7.9 in listening and 8.3 in reading. So, this task is pretty important. And in my opinion, this is the easiest task in PTE. So what you do is you will have the paragraph in front of you. Okay, you will hear a recording, read along with the speaker, and you just click on the incorrect words. So for example, the line is there are a lot of schools in this state, and in the text it says there are a lot of universities in this state. So then you'll click on universities because it is the incorrect word. Simple. Okay. Then you have, in my opinion, the most important task in PTE, right from dictation, the big boss, because you will get 19.7, so approximately 20 in listening, and 26.8, so approximately 27 in writing. Very important. Okay. So what happens in write from dictation is you will hear a sentence and then you will have to write it in the dialog box. That will be on the screen. Okay. So what you can do is when you're when you hear the recording, try to note it down in your notebook before typing it, so that way you can uh, get everything. Okay, because sometimes when you are typing, some students are not too good in typing. Okay, they don't type too fast. Okay, and for those who do type too fast, sometimes they tend to make some mistakes. Right. So once you stop, then it's over. Okay. So make sure that you write down the answer in the notepad that will be provided to you, and after that you type your answer. Okay. Yes, and 36.2 you get from the speaking section, right? So repeat sentences and read a lecture. Okay, so that is the marks distribution. Now the main tasks that have the maximum contribution, there are 11 tasks. Okay, so read loud, you will get 6 to 7 questions in the exam. Repeat sentence, 10 to 12 questions in the exam. Describe image, 3 to 4 questions in the exam. Read a lecture, 1 to 2 questions in the exam. Fill in the blanks, reading and writing, 5 to 6 questions in the exam. Reorder paragraphs, 2 to 3 questions in the exam. Fill in the blanks, reading, 4 to 5 questions in the exam. Summarize spoken text, 1 to 2 questions in the exam. Fill in the blanks for listening, 2 to 3 questions in the exam. Highlight incorrect words, 2 to 3 questions in the exam. And last but not the least, write from dictation, 3 to 4 questions from the in the exam. Okay. So with these tasks, you can get 87.6 in speaking, 68.2 in writing, 73.9 in reading, and 76.9 in listening. So what these are four speaking tasks. Okay, then four writing tasks can give you 68, so approximately 70, and five reading tasks can give you 74 approximately, and six listening tasks can give you 77 approximately. Okay, so these are the 11 important tasks in PTE that give you the most marks. Okay. So more videos like these are on our channel. We also upload shorts on our YouTube channel, and we have an Instagram account as well. All the links are down below. We also have a Facebook page. So yeah, all the links will be down below, and just go there and have a look. We also upload a lot of reels, like a lot of reels, on our Instagram. And yeah, we cover some pretty basic topics. Okay, like the basic doubts. Okay, And yeah, that's it. That's our video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. My name is Sam. I'll see you soon. And I almost forgot. Please like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.